And at this point, they need to make a decision. Who are you and who do you want to be? And how much do you owe LeBron James? Because if you're not willing to part with a 7th grader to be named later via the form of your unprotected 2027 or 2029 draft pick, then you know what? Trade LeBron James instead. Honestly. Because what has LeBron James done to earn the right to compete for a title in his 20th season? Well, here's a short list of what he's done since coming to the Lakers. Now, I understand that the bubble season, according to the Mayan and Kevin Wild's calendar, was in the pre-shot clock era, but it was just actually 2020. And in that bubble season, here's what LeBron did. He helped keep the team together after the tragic and shocking passing of Kobe Bryant. He then, in the bubble, helped keep the entire NBA season together when the other team in LA reportedly was ready to walk. We would have had no champion that year. And then in the finals, averaged a humble 30, 12, and 9 on 60-40 shooting. Look it up. One of the all-time greatest finals performances, probably, but who cares? Okay, but Nick, like Wild says, that was, hey, did they even have HD television that year, back then? Okay, what about last year? How good is LeBron right now? So last year he averaged 38 and 6. We've talked about that before. But what about just, well, Brew, here's one for you. Guys in a season to average at least 30 points, 5 assists on 50% shooting. Wilt did it, Kareem did it, Michael, KD, Steph, LeBron last year. The last 4 times someone did that, 30 points, 5 assists on 50% shooting, they won league MVP. And then there was LeBron last year who was just lucky to make an all-NBA team. So I say all that to say this. If you don't think you can compete for a title this year, right now, immediately, then trade LeBron. LeBron's got what? At best, two MVP level seasons left in him. If you are so concerned about a 2027 draft pick, if you're that concerned about it and that you're going to waste one of, at best, LeBron's 2 remaining great years, then move on from it. But if you think you're not going to be able to thread the needle of competing for a title and keeping Russell Westbrook, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree with you that they should be willing to give up those picks to trade Westbrook. Like you said, it's 2027, 2029. I don't think you do it because you owe LeBron something. You owe him his salary and you're paying him that. All right, but when you have LeBron and he's playing at a high level, you owe it to yourself to try to win a championship because he's that good and you still have a shot. So the Lakers should be going for a title for the franchise, not just to appease LeBron. I also don't think he wants to be traded. Even if they keep Westbrook, I don't think he necessarily want to move out of, be traded out of LA. But Westbrook is simply not a fit, period. Okay. And I don't think a new coach, unfortunately, is going to change that. They were 11 and 10 last year when the big 3 played together, LeBron, AD, and Russ. They were 20 and 32 when Russ played with either one of those 2, LeBron or AD. It's just not a fit, period. His game does not match up with AD's and LeBron's. When you got the 3 of them out on the floor, you're going to have a problem with 3-point shooting, which is huge, obviously, in today's NBA. You're going to have a problem with floor spacing, and you're going to have a problem with defense. Simple as that, particularly guard. Can you imagine them trying to guard the Warriors with those 3 out there?
Yeah.
I mean, LeBron at his age isn't really guarding hard. Westbrook it's just never been a great defender. And AD's not going to be a great defender out on the floor. He's more by the bucket. So I think they definitely need to try to move Russ, Wilds. Look, the Lakers have never built through the draft. You tried that.
It's outrageous.
You have 4 straight years of lottery picks. 4 straight years, Wilds. 2014 to 2017. Julius Randle, D'Angelo Russell, Brandon Ingram, and Lonzo Ball. None of them are leading you or anyone else to a championship. Okay?
Did you say that's a good team?
And then when they have one, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Really?
No, Wilds.
Because of one
That's
good
a
year
good
in
team,
New Orleans? Go ahead. Well,
Yeah,
look,
I think
Wilds
Brandon
last
Ingram's
thing,
a
they
good
built
player.
their
I think Lonzo
championships
Ball's a
through
good
free
player.
agency and trade.
I saw him in the playoffs.
They're good players. Good players, fine. But are they leading you to a championship? That's what they do in LA. It's not about being good. It's about winning championships.
I get it. But here's the other value of building through the draft. And I understand, no, just sell La La Land. If you don't build through the draft, you're building through free agency, and free agency salaries are much higher than draft salaries. And just yesterday, Joe Lacob came out and said, quote, "We want to be great for a long time." He was responding to criticism about not trading away draft picks to try to, maximize Steph's window. We were all like, trade, let's go, maximize the window. They're like, nah, we're good. We actually got Jordan Poole from the draft, and he's going to lead our next dynasty. So here's the thing about Russ and why the Lakers don't need to consider trading LeBron. First of all, LeBron wanted Russ. So the idea that all of a sudden you got to now you owe it to LeBron to get Russ, and now you owe it to LeBron to get rid of Russ. You kind of you can't do anything right, I guess. But Broussard, you said something interesting yesterday. It's like, why doesn't Russ just look in the mirror and sort of play better? I'm like, whoa, that is such a simple idea. I think it's the right idea. So here's the 3 simple things that Russell Westbrook can do today. Just today. We're not even in season, and become a better player so he doesn't have to be moved. The first one is stop shooting threes. Just stop. And there's a graphic here. He shot 30% from 3. Just eliminate those from your game. These are openness ratings. So Russ is shooting 30%. He's way down in the right. So even his 30% is very different from Steph, who is up in the top left corner. So then stop shooting threes. So you're done with that. Get to the rim and either get fouled or finish. And when you get fouled, make your free throws. 5 years ago, Broussard, Russell Westbrook shot 85% from the line. Last year, he shot 67%. Why? Because his athleticism waned? Did the line move? Is it the new ball? Was he just pro Spalding, less Wilson? It makes no sense. Just go back and shoot well. And the third one is defense. He doesn't have to become Alex Caruso, but there's some plays that we showed this year. The play when he left Patty Mills open in the corner here, and this is one against the Thunder where he leaves his man and he gets a dunk. These are simple things. Stop shooting threes, make your free throws, and literally just pay attention to your man. You don't have to be Mr. 94 feet. Just pay attention to your man. Don't leave him open. And keep him. You don't have to start giving away draft picks because LeBron wanted him, now LeBron doesn't want him. Keep him.
Oh, hold on. Can I respond to this? Hold on.
Yeah, go for it.
Wilds. I wanted and went to bat for you to be on this show. But if after a year, if every segment you had brought your stupid Raven, if you had not had a single week of good shows,
dare you.
I would be allowed to go to management and say, you know what? I was wrong. You know what? It didn't work out. I know I asked for him. I know he thought he'd be great. I know other people were like, are you sure about that? I'm like, trust me, it'll work. But the idea that LeBron can't be like, okay, I wanted him, but it's been a disaster is ludicrous, first of all. Second of all, the Warriors thing, to me, Joe Lacob has a tendency to get out over his skis a bit. Now, you're with him even further over his skis, having Jordan Poole leading a dynasty. But the draft picks he's actually talking about are Wiseman, Kuminga, and Moody. And maybe the Warriors have threaded this needle well enough. But they are about to enter an NBA Finals where they are going to likely get nothing from any of those 3 players and try to win a title despite it. Those of us that were arguing, trade some of those guys who can help you right now. The fact that they're in the finals without those guys contributing is not necessarily an argument that we were wrong. Maybe this team could have been an unstoppable juggernaut if they were getting legitimate contributions from those pieces. We'll see. Maybe they have threaded the needle. I think they're going to win the title. But the idea that you're not allowed to, after a year of evidence, say, oh, thought it would work, now it won't. And the advice for us is, hey, why don't you tell them also grow 4 inches? His game would work better if he was
That's
6'9".
not. I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
That's
Like,
not
just
fair.
get better.
That's not
just
fair.
Get,
I'm
guys,
talking about
listen-
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.